Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for having this hearing and for organizing this committee's trip to Butler, Pennsylvania. For us, being on the ground in Butler, Pennsylvania yesterday made clear the severity of the security failures on Saturday, July 13th. Those failures that almost allowed former President Donald Trump to be assassinated. Unfortunately, what has followed that failed assassination attempt is an erosion of public trust related to those responsible for keeping the president and the attendees of the rally safe. We've heard that because of a sloped roof, law enforcement was not able to safely secure the area that day. We've heard reports that certain officers abandoned their posts due to weather conditions. We've heard the Secret Service attempt to shift blame to state and local law enforcement, asserting that they failed to secure certain areas in the perimeter. Secret Service Chief Cheadle's resignation this morning is the first of many steps that need to be taken, and today's hearing is just the beginning of our process to get clear, accurate information about this issue, about the failures associated with that day, and ensure that not only Congress, but that the American public get the answers that they deserve about these events. Mr. Yost, I'd like to start with you. The Secret Service is always the lead in providing security for these types of events that involve one of their protectees, but they clearly rely on their partnerships with state and local law enforcement as they move to different locations around the country. Are you concerned that former Director Cheadle's comments to ABC News, which many people heard as blame shifting to local law enforcement, could undermine the level of trust between state and local authorities and Secret Service when they come to communities around America?
Yes, I absolutely do, and our organization actually issued a press release stating just that. Our relationship, it's impossible for a federal agency to do their function without including local law enforcement. That's a given. And that relationship is built on trust. And when comments were made, like what made on ABC, then we felt the need to call her out on it.
And do you believe that the federal government's statements to the public, to the American people after this attempted assassination have helped or harmed public trust in law enforcement overall?
You know, I'll say this. The very powers that we have are the ability to do our job as law enforcement officers is directly related to trust. And in an investigation, there's a fine line between what you do in order to protect an investigation and also be accountable to the public you serve. And when you don't walk that fine line, then it does create distrust. And it does cause a lot of confusion. It causes people to fill in their own blanks. And as a result, this is what we see. Sharing accurate information is important to keep everyone informed so that it doesn't run in different directions.
And as the American people wait for an after-action report, what can or should law enforcement agencies at any level be doing to address concerns about transparency and protect that public trust?
Well, I'll start right here. I mean, you have the Pennsylvania State Police. It filled in a lot of gaps that should have been filled in a long time ago. This is information that should be known to everyone. It is, you know, essential facts. It doesn't change. It is what it is, and sharing this information lets everyone know exactly what occurred and gives us some insight of things that we need to correct.
And you've been here now throughout this day, throughout questioning from a number of members of this committee. As this committee continues to investigate the failures that resulted in this shooting, what are some of the key questions that you believe should be asked about the assassination attempt, as well as the management and organization of Secret Service more broadly?
Well, you know, again, I have to you know, be upfront in the fact that I have no direct knowledge to this incident or things that unfold. I'll just speak in just general terms. The first question that I think we all need to ask is, with so many elevated positions available, what steps were taken to protect those assets? I don't know the answer to that, but there were a lot of places. I mean, we learned a lot of lessons going back to President Kennedy. Higher locations create unique problems, and as a result, they should have been part of any action plan. I'm not saying they weren't. I'm just saying that we see the end result of what happened here, so obviously we have a failure there.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.